Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope all are fine. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the various ray diagrams. I explained you there are two types of spherical mirrors: convex mirror and concave mirror. Okay. In the topic light energy, we discussed about the refraction, various consequences, daily life applications. We discussed of refraction of light. Then also we discussed the ray diagrams related to a glass slab, prism, glass prism. We talked about spectrum dispersion. Okay, all this we have already done. And now after that we discussed about the various convenient rays, the three basic convenient rays that we draw to get the image formation by any spherical mirror, whether it's a concave mirror or it's a convex mirror. Fine. Now then we slowly move to the next. We discussed the various ray diagrams related to concave mirror. Okay, students, concave mirror is the one which converges the light ray. Okay, converges, it is also convergent. Why? Because what it does is when parallel beam of light ray is coming, okay, they all meet at a point called as focus. Okay, so for example, if the sunlight is coming, all rays, we know sun rays are parallel. If they are incident, they all will meet at focus. So at focus we can get that O. Fine. So now today's class we are going to talk about the same chapter 5 light energy, but we are going to today talk about the next, that is the convex mirror. In today's class we are going to talk about convex mirror ray diagrams. Fine. Let us start with that. May I know what is a convex mirror? Yes. A convex mirror is the one which is having the inside part polished or it is silvered. So the incident ray and the reflected ray, they are on the bulging part of the spherical mirror. So this is what a convex mirror looks like. Fine, my dear students. Now then there are important terms. F, that is a principal focus. Capital C, it's the center of curvature. And P pole. This is an important term which you need to know, students. It is the pole. So here it is the pole. What is pole, if I want to ask you all? Yes, it is the midpoint of the aperture of a spherical mirror. Okay, if I say it is the midpoint of the aperture is this much part, because out of that whole sphere, if I draw an imaginary sphere, what part is available to me? If I draw a complete sphere, if I draw a complete imaginary sphere, say, then in that case only this much part is available to me for the only this much part is available to me as the convex mirror, whereas the remaining is just the imaginary sphere. Okay, and for that sphere the center of sphere and everything is there. Fine, students. So here we are going to understand this part is called as the aperture, because this is only available for the reflection and the incident ray can fall here only. Now midpoint of that is called as pole. So today we are going to talk about the ray diagram of convex mirror. Okay, say if the object is at any location and we are considering the object, where can the object be? All of you know that if you take a plane mirror also, where do you stand? You stand at the silvered surface, polished one, painted one, or you stand on the shiny surface? Yes, in front of the mirror we always stand. So this is the part where the object is placed. So this is the object. This is the object. Fine. This is the object. Fine. Now let us take two rays, as we always do. Two convenient rays we will take, because minimum two rays are needed to get this image formation. And image formation, how do we get to know? We get to know about the image formation, yes, by the point of intersection of the two rays that we have already drawn. Okay, let us start. Now first of all, the first ray is a line parallel to the principal axis. We all know this straight line is principal axis. So the first ray we have drawn is a line parallel to principal axis. If I were drawn a line parallel to principal axis, we all know we will, this point of incidence, we will now join it with the focus and since it is behind the mirror, it will be dotted ray and will produce it to get the reflected ray. So this is the reflected ray. This is how it gets reflected. Now the second ray I'll draw is a line which passes through the center of curvature. So in front of the mirror, I have drawn, this is the arrow, okay, passing through the center of curvature. So what it is, the reflected ray will be the same ray, it will just be with the opposite sign, indicating that the incident ray and the reflected ray, they are one and the same. Alright, now it will be produced back, so behind the mirror it is always dotted. Okay, so remember student, this is the ray diagram for convex mirror. Now the point where the two rays meet, we can see here the image formed is. What can you say about the size? Is it smaller? Yes. So such an image, yesterday also I was talking to you all and I told you, if the image formed is smaller in size as compared to that of object, then it is called as the diminished image. Smaller in size. Okay, we can compare the two sizes, it is smaller in size. Now the next, virtual, why? Because the image is formed behind the mirror, we can see. It is not in front of the mirror, it is behind the mirror, so it is virtual. Erect, yes, it is not upside down, it is erect, the same as that of object. So these are the three characteristics. Remember student, never get confused with the ray diagram, because in exam what we give you is just this thing only. We will give you, name the mirror which forms virtual, erect and magnified image. Be very clear, when the word magnified is used, it is a concave mirror. But when it is diminished, virtual, erect and diminished image is formed, then we are always talking about a convex mirror. So this is what almost every time the students do as a mistake. I request you all to understand it so nicely so that there is no confusion during the exam. Okay, this should be very clear. When the image formed is virtual, erect and diminished, it's a convex mirror. When the image formed is virtual, erect and magnified, then it is always a convex mirror. Fine, my dear students. So this part should be clear. Now this is what the ray diagram for convex mirror was. Now let us proceed. Okay. Now see, we have discussed the various positions for the object for concave mirror. Okay, and today I have explained you the convex mirror ray diagram too. So this table is to be formed by you all. You have to draw this ray diagram in your register. We'll give the heading ray diagram for convex mirror. Okay, and then the object. Remember, always whatsoever may be the position of object for a convex mirror, the image formed is always virtual, erect and diminished, smaller in size. That is what is important to note here for a convex mirror. Fine everyone. So now we were discussing this chart. This table is there in your book. Better you'll form it for concave mirror also and convex mirror. You can very clearly see it is that virtual, erect and magnified image when it is, okay, then it is the virtual, erect and magnified whenever the images, it is virtual, erect and magnified, it is for the concave mirror, and virtual, erect and diminished is for the convex mirror. Okay, you can see highly enlarged, at f, at infinity. So that is what it is. We have very clearly discussed it all. Okay, all the ray diagrams in the last class. So you have to make this particular table from the book, students. Now today we are going to continue with the same, and we are going to talk about the uses also. Okay, what are the uses of concave and convex mirror? See, all these are the uses of a concave mirror. A concave mirror is used as a shaving mirror. Okay, it is used as a shaving mirror. It is used as a reflector, as a doctor's head mirror, okay, in floodlights as a reflector, and in solar cooker. This is what it is. Okay. Now if I talk about the convex mirror, my dear students, be very clear, it is used as a rear view mirror. This as a rear view mirror in the vehicles. We all have seen the vehicles mirror. Okay. So we can very clearly understand here the image formed is very small, you can see, and a wider area is what they cover. So such mirrors are actually the convex mirror that we use. Next is as a reflector in street lamp. What I want in street lamp is that the light ray should diverge, it should cover a wider area. Okay, so for that we use the convex mirror as a reflector in street lamps, as a vigilance on anti-theft mirror. So these are all the uses, not only the uses, learn 2 to 3 uses. Okay, as it is, you'll write down all the uses for concave mirror and convex mirror on the rule sheet. But not only the uses, what is important, see here I've given the note that it is learn the reasoning properly from the book of all uses. So as a reasoning question also at times the examiner asks you, okay, so that part should be very clear. Reasoning of all these, why this is used as a rear view mirror, because it covers a wider area and hence it forms smaller images of all the vehicles behind the car, and we can easily see the more of the vehicles. Okay, so this is an important part. We are going to now discuss the same. See students, a concave mirror is the one which gives the enlarged image, means magnified image. So while doing the shaving or in beauty parlors we see such a type of mirror, so that even for a smallest tiniest hair we can very clearly see and we can use the concave mirror. Solar heater, this is important. Now what do we know about concave mirror? When the image is, when the object is at infinity, so like this way the sun rays are coming, okay, if there is a concave mirror placed in front, what will the concave mirror do? What does it do? It converges all the light rays at a particular point, and that point is called as focus. So at focus all the rays they meet at a point called as focus. So this way we can very clearly take this activity also. If the sun rays are coming and a concave mirror is there, so below that if you will place a paper, you can see that after certain time the burning of that paper starts. It is because of the converging action of the concave mirror. What it does, it converges all the sunbeam at a particular point called as focus. Now this is the actual application. This is what we do in a solar cooker too, students. See, with the help of it we can make chapati or papad or something. There is the utensil, okay, at the focus point of this concave mirror the utensil or the vessel is kept, and all the sun rays when they come parallel they converge at a particular point focus, and the food easily gets cooked with greater amount of heat. So used to heat objects, the solar heater is there, and the solar heater is very very important, which is used, which is actually the application of a solar, which is actually the application of a concave mirror. Now let us see when many more are there, students. Not only that, see what happens, what is happening here. The headlight of the vehicle, see what it does, parallel beam of light ray it provides when you switch it on. Okay, so what it does, why we are using concave mirror, because it covers a longer distance. So for a longer distance we can use that beam of light, and we can see till a longer distance the vehicles coming from the front. Now why this is like, it is not straight parallel beam, it appears like this also, deflected. So this is because of the deflectors. It is not only the concave mirror that are placed on the headlight of the vehicles, but there are deflectors. What do? They deflect some of the light rays by small degree, so they don't go parallel. What will they will just simply get deflected like this. So what will happen with this, you can not only see straight the vehicles that are coming, but from sideways also the light can be spread out. Okay, so these are again the applications as a reflector. Okay, and to just cover the sideways also a little bit, we use deflectors in that concave along with the concave mirror. So this all is the application of a concave mirror. Student, very very important, you need to know the reasoning. As I'm explaining you all, you need to do prepare the same from the book as well. Now let us move to the next. Now is it that this particular mirror which is used in the vehicles, this one, the one which is used as a side view mirror, which mirror is that, my dear students? It is convex mirror is used. Why? Because it gives a wider area. If you use a plain mirror, it will give a very smaller area. Okay, but what we want in vehicles is small images, diminished image of, and it should cover more of the vehicles coming from the back, we should be able to see. So for that we use, as a rear view mirror, side view mirror, we use convex mirror. Because what is the reasoning? Because it gives a wider view as it diverges the rays. So it will spread out all the rays, and more of the vehicles can be seen coming from the back, and their small diminished image can be easily obtained on the small mirror. So that is what it is. Side view mirror is the convex mirror. So there are many more applications, as I've already explained you students. You have to prepare all the uses with reasoning. Again, I'm insist upon the same. We'll move to the very first one where I actually explained you all these reasoning are there in your book, my dear students, and these reasoning you need to learn as it is. Not only the uses, again I'm insisting upon this is the reason why I've explained you need to not only learn the uses but also the reason why we are using as a reflector this one, why using as a shaving mirror the concave mirror, because even of the smallest tiny hair, smallest or tiniest hair, it gives a magnified image, so we can see it very clearly and shaving can be done. So that is what it is. Solar cooker, because it converges all the parallel beams of sun rays that are coming to a particular point called as focus, and at that focus the vessel can be kept and easily the sun rays can be concentrated at a particular point and it can be cooked. So all these reasoning you must learn, my dear students. Okay, so this is what is there for today's class. God bless you all. Prepare all the work. Your homework, now listen to me very carefully. I'll explain you right from the beginning what your homework is. Homework is firstly this ray diagram you'll draw as it is with the characteristics, properly prepare it. Next you are going to make two tables which are there from your book. I'm again repeating, this table is to be made from the book, and then this uses of concave mirror and convex mirror, you are going to write all these uses with reasoning. In the next class we are going to discuss the back exercise question answers and complete the same. Till then, God bless you all. Prepare all the topics and complete your work. Thank you all of you.